What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Joe, and here we talk and review movies. Thank you so much for joining, and if you're new to my channel, thank you so much for joining. Very happy to have you here with us. And guys, as always, please remember to hit that like and subscribe button down below. Very much appreciated. This is how we keep the channel growing, how I'm able to keep distributing more content to you guys, and just how we have fun. So guys, thank you so much, as always. So let's get into the review. The movie I wanted to talk to you about today is one of my all-time favorites, and that is 1999's The Mummy. So the movie tells the story of Imhotep, the high priest of Pharaoh Seti I, who falls in love with the pharaoh's mistress, Anung-Sun-Amun. Anung-Sun-Amun and Imhotep conspire to kill the pharaoh, and once they've done so, Anung-Sun-Amun kills herself, and Imhotep is captured by the pharaoh's guards, mummified alive with a bunch of flesh-eating scarabs, and has a curse put upon him. Cut to 3,000 years later, explorers Rick O'Connell, Evelyn Cunningham, and her brother Jonathan find Imhotep, awaken him, and Imhotep brings with him the 10 plagues of Egypt. He causes havoc everywhere he goes, and he's doing this in order to reunite with Anung-Sun-Amun once again. I love this movie. This is one of my favorite movies of all time. Every single actor in this movie is fantastic. Everybody. There is not a character in this movie that I hate. And that's strange for me to say that because you have characters like Rick, played by Brendan Fraser. He is perfect in this role. And what I love so much about Brendan Fraser, you know, he's not your like macho man actor, and he doesn't play it that way. He's very charming, he's suave, but he plays it straight. He just kind of plays it like, I'm a guy just trying to do what I can.
Why did you kiss me?
No, I was about to be hanged. It seemed like a good idea at the time.
Oh.
What? What'd I say?
Weisz is another great actor in this movie. She's fantastic. She plays this librarian who's also a researcher. She can speak and translate ancient Egyptian, but her peers see that she doesn't have a lot of field experience. Once she finds out that there is this map that could lead to Hamunaptra, this lost ancient city, she takes it upon herself to be like, we gotta go do this. We have to go find this city. And her arc is very fulfilled by the end. And then you have characters just like Jonathan, her brother, who's this drunk asshole, but even him, I'm like, there's just something about you that I just like. I like you. You can be funny at times. You can also be brave at times. And then you have actors like Oded Fehr, who plays Arnold Vosloo, the leader of the Magi. He's charming and likable as well. Benny, played by Kevin J. O'Connor. Benny is a treacherous coward. There's just something about you. I find you likable. I don't know what it is, but I just find you likable.
Goodbye, Benny.
And Arnold Vosloo, who plays Imhotep, delivers a wonderful performance. He's a great villain. You can just tell that everyone was having a really good time. This movie has wonderful action sequences. One of my favorites is on the boat when they're crossing the river. The Magi just overtake the boat. Americans are fighting them. Rick is fighting them. Jonathan tries at one point. Evelyn like stabs one guy with a candle, which is awesome. And what I love so much also about this action is that it's gritty. Rick is shooting at guys. You don't see blood, but you see like puffs of smoke whenever they get hit. Lots of hand-to-hand combat. There's a great battle sequence at the beginning of this movie, which is just a lot of fun. One of the scenes in particular that I love so much in terms of its horror is when one of the Americans, Burns, I think his name is, Imhotep has just been awakened, and he is in the tomb. All the characters are back in the tomb as well. They're running away from all of the like bugs and insects. Burns trips, he loses his glasses, so Burns can't see where he's going, but you just get this blurry silhouette of this creature just lurking around him, just kind of toying with him almost. And you don't see anything. Like, that's what I love so much about this scene. You don't see anything. It's all about the sounds. It's all about Burns' perspective. And I love that they really hold back. They don't show you a lot, but they give you enough to just send chills down your spines. And that's one of my favorite sequences of the whole movie. Another element of this movie that I think is fantastic, it's Jerry Goldsmith's score. This score is one I remember fondly. I mean, take the boat scene again. That action sequence has got a lot of fun music in that. If you're not familiar with Jerry Goldsmith, please go check out a lot of his other albums. He's sadly not alive anymore, but he's done a lot of things from adventure films to Star Trek. He did the music for The Omen. I gotta give The director, Stephen Sommers, I got to give him a lot of credit. I think his direction is spot on. I think he worked well with his actors. I think he, just told a story that he clearly had a passion for. If you watch the behind the scenes of this movie, the guy clearly loves universal horror. This is his finest achievement as a filmmaker, and it's still, in my opinion, his best film to date. I also really love some of the practical effects in this movie. This movie is a good mix of CGI and practicality. Some of the visuals maybe are a little dated today, but the practical effects still hold up. Mummies are popping up at the ground, and they're all people in costumes. And it's so cool to see that creativity, to see a movie in 1999, which, by the way, this was around the time Episode 1 of Star Wars had come out. And if you watch that movie, yeah, it's got, sets. It's got some practicality here and there. But you can see that George Lucas is really playing with the green screen and the blue screen. Here, there's practical effects, practical costumes, practical sets, the set building. The sets are beautiful to look at. When they discover the tomb with all the gold and everything, it's awesome. So guys, those are my positives for The Mummy. I really don't have a lot of negatives for this film. I will just say I think some of the CGI is probably a little dated. But again, this movie's over 20 years old, so what do you expect? One other negative that I have about the movie, it's more to do with the story. The whole curse that Imhotep has put on him, I kind of don't get it. Why would you put this curse on someone if the curse is that they're going to rise from the grave and bring with them the 10 plagues of Egypt? If you fear this guy so much, why would you put that curse on him? I don't understand it. Why do it in the first place? And they come back and they're all so pissed off and everything. It's like, well, yeah, what did you think was going to happen? I know it's Evie who reads the text. She reads the incantation, and she technically awakens Imhotep. But it really is the Magi's fault because they put the curse on him in the first place. So guys, my final thoughts on The Mummy from 1999. This movie is just classic, fun, adventure, horror, comedy. One of my all-time favorites. I love the cast. I love the direction. I love the music. I love the action. I love the comedy. I love the effects, the practicality, the set designs. I love everything about this movie, with just a few outdated visual effects and a few story elements that I'm just not the biggest fan of. But other than that, I think this movie is a treasure. It is one of my all-time favorites. If you love Brendan Fraser, if you love Rachel Weisz, if you're a fan of the original films from the 1930s and you want to check out something new, check this one out. You will not be disappointed. So guys, this is my review for The Mummy 1999. I hope you enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun making it. Again, please remember to hit that like and subscribe button down below, and look forward to more content coming your way. Thanks so much.